My name is Carola, and I travel around the world to meet Christians from different backgrounds. I want to learn what Christianity looks like in different places because I believe that even with all of our differences, we are one connected family. And how can we feel connected if we don't know much about each other? This week, I'm in my hometown in Frankfurt, Germany, because I heard about a church plant that sounds fascinating. It's a church specifically for nerds called Nerd, and I can't wait to find out what that means and what a nerd church looks like. I am on my way to the after-work Nerd Church video gaming meetup, and honestly, I have absolutely no experience in video games, so I really hope they're gonna be nice and just show me some things, but I am super curious what it's gonna be like and can't wait to meet everybody. I didn't really know what to expect before I got there, but it was a really fun environment. At first, I was surprised to also see women there, but soon learned that there are actually a lot of female nerds as well. Annika and Laura also are part of the leadership and even showed me some of the cosplay that they do, which was so impressive. I also sat down with Philip to learn more about their work. Tell me, first of all, maybe who is a nerd? Who falls into that category?
Yeah, that's a good question. A nerd, by definition, is someone who invests more than normal into a specific or niche topic. It's a definition. And in real life, it's someone who plays a lot of video games, for example, or read a lot of books, or watch a lot of movies. And I mean, many people do that, but a nerd is someone who identifies through that. It's a very relationship-based community, so relationships are very important. When people think nerds are just sitting in the basement and playing video games and never see the sun, for me that was somehow true in my past, but normally nerds love to see others and like to see others that are the same and that they can relate to, talk about the things they love and play the games together they love. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. So what exactly are you doing right now? Because you don't have like a typical Sunday service yet, right?
No, we are, you can call it the pre-phase. So the Nerd is still in the pre-phase before we launch in September. That's the plan at the moment. And then we will have a service here in our living room once a month, like a house church. But now we just hang out with the people we love. So we met them in our daily life. We often say we want to serve the people where they're at. So we visit their events, we help them as staff, however we can. Yeah, that's what we do at the moment. And we have some events here, like the Thursday gaming thing.
And I have to say, I really enjoyed the Thursday after work gaming event. I was definitely not a pro, but there were some moments of success in there, and everyone was so nice to cheer me on, even though I had no idea what I was doing. So I felt really comfortable and welcome, even as somebody who didn't know much about gaming. I think it's important for whoever hears or sees this to understand that in Germany, it's not that common to hear people talking about their faith. I mean, it's actually, I would say odd in a way. I think that's how people would perceive it a lot of times. So I can see that when you're having like a digital conversation, that maybe it's easier to talk about a topic like that.
It is. Because the people that are watching, the only thing I see from them is the name tag. People often use names from something they love, so it's not like Tom is watching. So I normally don't know who it is. From some names I know it because they are there for a long time. So I find some new friends through streaming. So some people I know for a long time, and I sometimes also met them already in person. But normally, if you are new, no one knows you, you can ask everything. You also can say what you don't like, which in Germany is sometimes easier. So we also have people that say, I don't like church. But I love when they do that, because then you know, okay, they are open to talk and you can ask why. And that helps me to learn and understand what a church has to be more relevant today. So my big dream is to have in a city like a spot where you can meet and where you can experience this nerd culture every day. Because what nerds are often looking for is a place where they can meet others that's the same and share it. That's the reason why nerds sometimes traveling hours to we call it conventions, so big meetups, to find others that have the same interests. So there is a desire to meet, and that's why I have the dream in 10 years we will have a spot in the city where we can meet every day, and every day is something going on, or you just can meet people and play some games or read some books or talk about some topics. And it's also the place where the church meets and where the services.
But you also do want to do like a traditional Sunday service?
Yeah.
What would that look like in a church like yours?
Yeah, so the idea at the moment is that every Sunday service has a specific nerd topic. From that topic, we find a topic that is a little bit under it. So for example, I don't know if you ever saw Back to the Future.
No.
Okay, it's about time traveling. So the question under it is, what are you doing with your time? Then from that on, we come up with a sermon that answers this question from the Bible. That's, I think, what a normal service would look like. So we have a nerd topic that we gather around and that we enjoy. And of course there will be prayer and normal stuff that is also another service. But it will be a lot of nerd things. And it's totally okay to come like you are. If you come in a cosplay, where I would say every other church, or not, that's hard, but many churches would say, hey, can you please change your outfit? We would not do it, we would celebrate it if you come in a cosplay. So for us it's even cooler when you come in a cosplay. And we celebrate you, and we love what you do as a nerd. That's how a Sunday would look like, hopefully. I always say it's very good to be a nerd and to play video games and to love those things. Yeah.
I love that. That's great. Well, thank you so much for this conversation. One thing I always ask in the end is how can we pray for you?
Yeah. So on the one hand, that's what I always say. Please pray for my people here in Frankfurt, for my nerds. I love them. They're very cool people. They're so much talented, so creative, so nice, so cool, and I would invite you to pray for them.
That was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I actually played some games and they were really nice to explain everything to me. And I have to say, I can really see that these types of events are much easier to invite people to, maybe even if they don't have any connection to a church yet. And it's just much easier to go to like a video game meetup than to like a Bible study group or something like that. So I think it's a really genius idea, honestly. It reminds me a little bit of the surf church that I visited in Portugal, which also was like centered around a hobby. So it's a great idea. I'm curious to see if some other churches pop up that just take a hobby that they like and connect around that. So don't be shy and let me know in the comments what hobby or interest you would like to see a church focus on. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I publish new videos every other Thursday, and I also link to the Instagram and Twitch account of Nerch down below, so be sure to check that out.